Like the old Kenny Rogers song goes, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Okay, turn the light on here, let it adjust. And if I spin this, you can see it's bent. So my first theory that this got whacked is correct. Now I can take it apart further and possibly bend it back, coax it back, but that's what's wrong with it. Besides being too tight in the bushing, it's been, the shaft is bent. So as this gear goes around, it gets tight and then looser. Okay, being bent, it gets too tight and then too loose. All right, and that's what happened. That's, like I said, that's an eBay e-dumpster purchase, and you can't see this type of problem in the pictures. Okay, and even when you own the thing, it might take a while to discover what's actually wrong. But I guarantee you that the person that sold this knew this was bad. And the other telltale sign was there's a crack on one of the in this Bakelite knob. There's a crack running through the set screw, and that's because it got whacked. But that's the way it is. Now this becomes a parts chassis. You know, I have all the parts, and I have to hope that I can straighten this out, or I can get a unit that's got this that's good. Maybe something else wrong. We'll see. First thing I do is take this completely apart. More tapered pins got to be knocked out, and to see if I can get just the shaft to run in the bushing smoothly. Right now it's too tight, and then as I was turning, I realized that's really bent. It's really bent. I'm like, oh, that's that. That's almost the end of a project when you get something that bad. That's like someone giving you a color TV, and they tell you, this is years ago. They give you color television. They say, all right, it's doing some weird things. So you turn it on, and besides the weird things, the picture tube shot. And a picture tube years ago on a TV set. If the set was 7 years or more old, and it was a color, the picture tube was 80% of the television. Especially when the set's 8 years old, it's not worth really anything. All the parts are aging in it, and then the picture tube's shot. So basically, it needs to go out at the curb. And this, like I said, if you look at it one way, it's really bent. So I will take it apart further, and then hopefully I can straighten something out. But I wouldn't bet on it. I think I'm gonna have to get another one of these. And I'm really not sure. If I'll ever stay with the code and learn the code. And this transmitter is for 80 meters, and you can't do. I don't think there's any frequencies for AM phone for a novice or a technician. I think it's strictly code or digital. Well, anyway, this project's becoming a deeper and deeper rabbit hole at this point. And I really thought I had it. I was going to get it fixed, but that bend, I'm going to have to think about this. Now, years ago, when my dad was alive, he was a tool maker. I would take this apart, and I'd give him the pieces, and he'd go into work, and they would roll it. They'd roll that shaft out and the gear and fix it, and he'd bring it back home to me. And I told you once before, he used to bring stuff home for me to repair for his friends at work. And then he would do a job like this for me. It might take a week. He'd get the free time. They call it a government job. When you have free time, you would bring something you brought from home. You could work on. But I don't have that advantage. But like I said, once I take this apart, I'll get a better idea what's where. But the person that sold this knew what was wrong with it. That's it. I didn't have any real experience with this because this is the first one I bought. And that's how it worked with the receivers themselves. After the first one I bought, which I got pretty lucky on it, that one there had to be totally taken apart. It was seized up. The front end was seized up, the gears, but they weren't bent. This is a case of them being seized up and the thing being bent. I think that's it. All right, that's it.